Hey everyone, on today's video I'm going to show you everything you need to know about the Canon AE-1, especially how to use it. Let's check this out. Okay, so you just got yourself a Canon AE-1. Let's have a look at all the components. This is the shutter speed dial and ISO setting, the shutter button, the winding lever, the hot shoe for the flash, the battery check button, the rewind crank. Okay, let's look at the back. This is the memo film. You just whack in part of the box from the film so you know which film you're actually using. First thing first, let's put a battery in it. So the battery door, you have to be very careful. I've seen many AE-1s with broken camera doors. The best way to open this up is to use a pointy object and pressing this, you see, like a Tetris shaped thingy. Just do that, being very gentle, and there you go. The battery compartment is now open. The battery you want to use is the 4R44. Don't mess around with adapters. The batteries are still readily available and they're not that expensive, so get the right battery for the camera. Insert it in the right direction, positive side up, and there you go. The camera is now ready to fire. So we have a battery. It works. Let's load some film in it. Loading the film might be a little bit tricky on the Canon AE-1. Well, trickier than the previous models like the FTP. So you basically have to insert the tip of the film in one of these slits and wind the camera once. This is what you want to see. Sometimes the film won't attach properly and you might ruin your film. So be careful. This is the best thing. The best thing to do is to get this. You see, the film is correctly loaded. Now that the film is loaded, what you want to do is to fire the shutter a couple of times until, see the frame counter? Until the frame counter reaches 0. Now the camera is ready to fire. So this is a test film, so just have a look. If you want to be sure that the film is advancing properly, each time you press the shutter and wind the film, you see this? It's turning, which means the film is advancing properly. That is the common mistake people do with Canon AE-1. They don't attach the film properly and then they get their film developed and it's totally blank. Once the film is properly loaded, what you want to do is to set the correct ISO setting onto the ISO dial. Yeah, because if you don't do that, your film is not going to be properly exposed. Since we're using 400 ISO film, we're going to set the ISO or ASA setting to 400. ISO, ASA, tomato. That's basically the same. It's the old way of saying this, but they're equivalent. But now let's talk about setting the exposure on this camera. Thankfully, this is an automatic exposure camera, AE. I wonder what that means, but anyways, this is a camera that sets automatically the exposure, but not in a fully automatic way. You see, you have shutter speed and aperture. A fully automatic camera will set both parameters for you, but this camera is like, well, semi-automatic. On this camera, this is a shutter speed priority. You select the right shutter speed and the camera will automatically set the exposure for yourself to achieve good exposure. In other words, you have to set the correct shutter speed before taking the picture. So semi-automatic indeed. Let's look at the shutter speeds. I'm going to tell you what they are. Fast shutter speed like 1/1000, 1/500, and well, maybe 1/250 are perfect to freeze movement. The shutter speeds 1/250, 1/125, and well, to some extent 1/60 are perfect for general scenery. These other shutter speeds are slower shutter speed. The camera stays open for longer. Just listen. See? Well, they are perfect if you want to capture the movement, blurry images, but you also need a tripod. Otherwise, you'll get motion blur. And that's not what you want. That's basically what we consider to be a bad photo because it is blurry. Once you have selected the shutter speed, half pressing the button will activate the light meter. And inside the viewfinder, you'll find this needle in front of numbers. Well, that's the aperture the camera is gonna use. If you get this round red LED blinking, it means that there is not enough light. So what you want to do is to use a slower shutter speed, and you'll be good to go. On the other hand, if you get the needle stuck at f22 in the red zone, it also means that, well, there's too much light. So what you want to do is the opposite. You need to use a higher shutter speed, and you'll be good to go again. And that's basically it. It's probably one of the reasons this camera was so popular back in the day. They made millions of these, and they were very capable cameras and also really easy to use. I mean, if you were a total beginner or an advanced enthusiastic photographer, this camera was the perfect choice for you. After a while, the camera won't be working anymore. It's gonna be totally jammed. That's because you've reached frame 36. You've shot an entire roll of film. It's time to rewind it. This is how you do it. You simply press the release button, lift the rewind crank, and turn it to rewind it. And look at this arrow. It tells you the direction you want to rewind the film. And once it's done, simply lift the rewind crank, and there you go. You can open the camera back, remove the film, put another one, and continue shooting. Let's look at other features of this camera. Like I said, it's an automatic shutter speed priority camera, but you can use it in manual mode. To do that, you simply disengage the lens from the A position, and now you can select your shutter speed and aperture all by yourself. I did a video a while ago making fun of this because it's not the best. Just have a look. Oh dear, there's a deer. Let's take a picture of it in manual mode. Okay, so I need to use an aperture of 8. I'm gonna set the aperture to 8, and it's gone. Thank you, manual mode. Thank you, Canon AE-1. Yes, using this camera in manual mode was not really easy and time consuming. The only reason there is this manual mode is in case you are using a flash or studio strobes. That way you need to use the camera in totally manual mode. Other cool features on the Canon AE-1 is here you get the shutter button, but if you do this, it's not an on and off switch, it simply locks the button, so you cannot accidentally lose a shot. On the other hand, if you do this just like this, you are activating the self timer. You'll get this LED blinking, and after 10 seconds, the camera will automatically take a picture. There you go. Now let's have a look at these buttons. You see, this is the stop down lever. It's very useful if you are using adapted lenses or FL type lenses. This one activates the light meter and does nothing else. And the button on top is the backlit compensation. If your subject is backlit, the camera will, well, overexpose your shot. And that's basically everything you need to know on how to use a Canon AE-1, a popular camera that is known for its high quality, high precision, and ease of use when you think about it. It's really easy to use this camera, you know. I mean, look at this one. You could easily believe it was shot on a high-end digital camera. No, it's a Canon AE-1 with a classic 50mm. And well, yes, I'm back on YouTube after a 6-month hiatus. So there are more videos to come, more videos on the way. So stay tuned, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh yes, I got a tattoo now.